Ah, there you are. You've met with the Directorate. I assume they made their intentions known? It was difficult for them to reach the decision to engage in open hostility. What about you? You agree with their decision?
It's the only way we can ensure the Institute's safety. That makes it the right thing to do.
I'm glad you agree. None what comes next will be easy. That conviction may help keep us all going.
You know, Mother, it's no secret that you worked with the Railroad in order to first reach the Institute.
The depth of your involvement with them has been called into question repeatedly. I'm sure you can guess by whom. The question is, where do you stand with them now? Do you count them amongst your allies?
I can't lie. They are allies.
Well, I appreciate your honesty. I won't ask for details. I'm sure I don't want to know. But these people, with their twisted ideology, they seek to undermine everything the Institute stands for. Surely you can see that.
They want freedom for the synths, that's all. They're not a threat to the Institute.
Of course, they claim they're about rights and freedom for synths. But those misguided notions have led to countless acts of violence. Surely you can see that you can no longer work with them. That the time has come to put an end to them, for our sake, for our future. I'm afraid this is an order. The Railroad leadership needs to be eliminated. I expect a report when it's done.
Son?
It's unfortunate that it's come to this. But there's really no other way. The Railroad has left us with no other option. Remember that.
Something on your mind? You don't look so good.
The Institute has ordered me to kill you. All of you.
I guess they consider us a real threat after all. I suppose we should be flattered. So really, the question is, what are you going to do about it?
Of course I'm not going to go through with it. So how do I deal with it?
It's unfortunate things have progressed so fast. The Institute. You need to stall them. Buy time any way you can. And step up your operation with Patriot. That's all we can do. Good luck.
I'm gonna need more than that.
Agreed. It's time for a gamble. The desperate wanted that. It's clear you have the Institute's complete trust, and any story you come up with won't be contradicted. We're doing everything we can to keep what remains of our organization alive until we assault the Institute. Fortunately, Tom has come up with a potential way to do it. It's a fusion pulse charge. Tinker Tom's rigged it to take out the reactor and anything else within a few hundred yards of it.
Listen to me. My son is dying. They want me to take over the Institute. We can find a way to work together, to free the synths.
Even if you're put in charge of our enemies, you can't change their nature. They're a slave-based society. They just put someone else in charge.
Sean was right. The Institute is the best hope for the future. And the Institute is paradise. Healthy people, clean, plenty to eat. Our superior technology represents the future of the Commonwealth.
I wholeheartedly agree. Pam's already crunched the numbers on this scenario, though.
Boo-hoo. What'll I do without my robotic best friend?
Very well. You said you wanted to save synths. The Institute treats synths as property, as tools. Give them a chance at a real life. I have put our future, and the future of all synths, in your hands. I'm trusting you. Don't make me regret it.
Word is Diamond City is under opposition control.
Can I talk to you?
Something on your mind?
Any news on your side?
Things we've set in motion continue to move. There are complications, always are, but nothing worth bringing to your attention. How about you? Any news?
Nothing springs to mind.
If you need help with your infiltration, let me or Tinker Tom know.
Welcome to the family. We're a colorful and arguably insane bunch.
Hun?
Do you have a moment?
Is it true food supplement 77 is...
Hey there.
I'm trying to learn chess. The computer always beats me.
I want...
I don't know, cold.
The Institute's a big place. It might take a while to learn where everything is.
Dr. Fillmore.
So, what can I do for the future director of the Institute?
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Goodbye, then.
Spare me the sales pitch. You're confident the railroad is finished?
So you've been working for them? Well, don't let the SRB get wind of that.
Citizens of the Institute, esteemed colleagues, this is your director speaking. For 60 years, ever since my son's DNA was first used to create organic synths, synths have been denied their humanity. The Institute has wrongly treated them as mere robots, unthinking machines. We can no longer reject what is evident, that synths are alive. Today marks a new chapter in the Institute's history. It has been decided that Gen 3 synths have equal rights to humans, and their enslavement is over. As is any act of aggression against Commonwealth residents. I'm sorry I have to say this, but the Institute is not great. And this cannot continue if the Institute is to be humanity's best hope for the future. Together, we can make the Institute great again.
I'm glad you could be here to share this with me.
So, what exactly is going on?
There is obviously one final threat the Institute faces.
What is it? What's this last threat?
Well, perhaps it's not that obvious after all. The Brotherhood of Steel covets technology, and has made it clear that we cannot peacefully coexist. They will eventually come for us, and attempt to take what we've spent so long creating. We need to destroy them before they can destroy us.
Destroy them? What exactly do you mean?
I mean we eliminate all Brotherhood forces in the Commonwealth. But the problem with the Brotherhood of Steel goes beyond the edges of the Commonwealth. It's not enough to destroy them here.
There are more of them out in the world, Mother. And they too will come for us.
I don't believe that will happen. Teach them a lesson, and they'll stay away.
That is precisely my intent. We will teach them a lesson. We will show them that if they interfere with us, the very technology they value so highly will be turned against them. We will teach them that we can appear at a moment's notice, wherever we please, and they cannot ever stop us. They will know better than to ever interfere with us again.
I don't know if we can pull that off.
I don't see that we have a choice. And with you leading the charge, how can we fail? Dr. Lee should be expecting you in her lab. She can fill you in on the details. Time is of the essence.
son?
The Brotherhood is the only thing left standing between the Institute and true security.
There's gotta be another way.
The Brotherhood of Steel covets technology, and has made it clear that we cannot peacefully coexist.
Elder Maxson. He's the one.
If only it were that simple.
Tell me, what would you do?
I'd replace his blood pressure medicine with sugar pills.
I'm sorry. What?
So these synths replace people? How?
Ah, yes, that's true. Very well. Do what needs to be done. But above all, come back safely.
Look, I know you've been through hell, but the Institute...
I apologize for any disruptions that might want.
If you ask me, this ridiculous plot by Higgs and Logan is just a stunt to get attention.
This is it.
So, you're a synth. Is that right?
I'm a bit surprised that you don't realize that by now.
Who's Elder Maxson?
I am. But I need you to view this from my perspective.
Tell me about the mission.
Your mission is simple. You'll need this. If everything goes according to our plans, this mission will place us squarely on the road to victory.
We need to swap some gear.
That won't be necessary.
I'm ready.
Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Without access to bioscience, how are we going to eat?
There's no denying. You impress us.
A representative from the Brotherhood is requesting an audience. You'll find her outside CID.
Excuse me.
Director, thank you for agreeing to see me.
Sorry. Who are you?
I am Sentinel Jackie Hill, West Coast Division of the Brotherhood of Steel. With the loss of the Pridwin and Liberty Prime, you have sealed our defeat in the Commonwealth. As Elder Maxson is missing and presumed deceased, I have taken control of the remaining forces on the East Coast. I now speak for the Brotherhood of Steel.
What do you want?
It's clear now that hostility between our people is not the path forward. You've shown that your forces can appear out of thin air, and that there is not much we can do to counter that. Likewise, you can never truly stop us either. Not without both sides destroying each other. We span the whole continent.
Where are you going with this?
Elder Maxson was misguided, to say the least. A zealot. He launched an unprovoked campaign against a facility that posed no direct threat to us. Understand, though, the Institute has a lot to answer for. Although your reforms show promise, they don't address the core issue. Our goal is to ensure that humanity's scientific progress does not outpace its moral progress.
There's nothing to worry about from those synths. I'll make sure of that.
True artificial intelligence certainly has the capability of being more destructive than the atom bomb. Whether synths are human, machines, or both is ultimately irrelevant. This technology must never fall into the wrong hands. That said, I have no desire to pursue Maxson's agenda of genocide. I simply propose the following. 1. Hostilities between us stop. 2. That you keep the technology behind Gen 3 synths a secret. You will not share this technology with anyone outside our factions. Finally, you must grant us permanent access to your robotics facility. You will allow our inspectors to run a full diagnostic and ensure compliance with our core mission statement. Our inspectors will be unarmed the entire time, and their reports may not be censored or interfered with. To be clear, they are to be given diplomatic immunity, a pre-war concept that I'm sure you're familiar with. In exchange, our armed forces will leave the Commonwealth forever. Our inspectors may not disseminate Brotherhood propaganda, nor participate in subversive actions against the Institute. This includes ideological subversion. These are the terms of our proposed armistice.
I'd prefer a peaceful solution. I'm in. Let's do this.
You made the right choice, Director. My people will be in touch.
Hey there.
Back off. Right now.
And so it was that the sole survivor of Vault 111 succeeded Sean as director of the Institute, and work began to reform the once corrupt and sinister organization. With the support of Dr. Fillmore, the sole survivor managed to instill equal rights to all Generation 3 synths, and forbid the mistreatment of Commonwealth residents. The kidnappings, murders, and unethical experiments came to a grinding halt, but not before many scientists were killed by a violent directorate unwilling to give up their control of the synths. Nevertheless, the Railroad praised this turn of events, and hostilities between the Institute and the Railroad finally ended. Regrettably, there was no possibility of peace with Elder Maxson's Brotherhood, and the sole survivor sealed their defeat in the Commonwealth by destroying the Pridwin, forcing the few survivors to flee the Commonwealth on foot. Although attempts were made by the West Coast Brotherhood to come to an armistice agreement with the Institute, the efforts were ultimately unsuccessful. To this day, the Institute and the Brotherhood of Steel remain bitter enemies, as war never changes.
I have something urgent to report, Elder. The Institute is attempting to recover escaped synths at Bunker Hill.
How did you obtain this information?
I received the information from the Institute itself.
And you've done the right thing by reporting this to me directly. Well done, soldier.
Elder Maxson?
How dare you? How dare you betray the Brotherhood? Coward. Stand aside. I'll deal with you in a moment.
The Institute are under new management. Me. You can trust this man.
The Institute will stop at nothing to further their romance. Millions, perhaps even billions, died because science outpaced man's restraint. I am not prepared to allow the Institute to continue this line of experimentation. And I don't appreciate being betrayed by my own soldiers.
Synths. Coursers.
Attack! I'll show you what happens to traitors! Shoot on sight!
Good.
Hey,
Well done. We have a lot of data to analyze in the wake of your mission.
are we done?
Indeed. But I need you to view this from my perspective. Once you've entered the Institute, we expect to lose contact. So it's imperative you remember everything I'm about to tell you. Brotherhood soldiers take responsibility for their actions and move on. I expect no less out of you. From this day forward, you are forbidden to set foot on the Pridwin, or speak to anyone from the Brotherhood of Steel. Should you choose to ignore me, know you'll be fired upon immediately. Do we understand each other?
Can't we move past this? The Institute wants the same things we do. We can find a way to work together.
Very well. Return to the Pridwin, and we'll decide what needs to be done.
Hey. Hey,
What do you need? Here you go.
your thoughts?
The world will be better off once the surface dwellers die out.
That's all for now.
Affirmative.